Right, everybody, welcome back, and we got ourselves to 133, and it's a continuation with part 1's theme. So yeah, we're going to get into this here, but first, we ended off there at about 748. Whenever we checked, and when we did it, it was on the day, I think, and we were 148, which was a major drop up, and I'm not surprised in the slightest. But yeah, that was our score. Got the 1k CC, that's the main thing. So yeah. And obviously, you were not going to. No matter how hard you tried, you were never going to get it with just no characters. We weren't going to get it with just bears. That's what I was thinking of. But yeah, into this season, we'll actually be okay enough. Because of the tags, and we'll get into that later. But first, the pathing, and this is going to be the way we have here. Now, is a very massive dilemma. The entire board, absolutely more or less piss easy. The boss fight's just, as you would think, the hardest fights. But it's at the end, as you can see there, where it diverges. So you can take one or two paths, which will give you less points for one and average points for the other. And that's where you can, and I will say I will not at all say otherwise, because the fact that the other fight is a lot easier. But we'll get into that later. And firstly, we're just going to have a look-see here. Go through the path here. This is just piss easy. This here is also very easy. This here is the hardest fight so far, but easy. Boss fight, as you expected. It's just basically a Gohan stage. Give her the transformation unit. You'll be fine. Everyone else, piss. Next fight, Five Fist. Now we do have these two fights. We have this fight twice, so obviously be wary. It's the same fight we've always had. It's just the fact it's just reworked, i.e. just move them. So yeah. Only thing to be worried about, you can either go for this fight, which is two tag units in succession, or you can go for this here, which is obviously the easiest option you can get. Despite there being a transforming unit, he's a hero. So yeah, useless. And again, same fight, basically same thing. And into this here, very easy enough. Primarily yellow, so yeah. Other than that, this is where we get into the tricky bit, because this is the easiest fight. Why would I say that? Because you have an all-ultra fight with basically base stats, except for Kibu, which you can go for, but I would not recommend it whatsoever. Or you have this here, which is the second easiest. Unironically, it's the second easiest fight. Despite there being 3 ultras, with 2 of them more or less near the perfect stats, and tag unit, Ojak doesn't have a transformation, and Turles doesn't have a comeback, because that doesn't exist in this game mode. But yeah, this is, and it has absolutely no tiles. You'd be safer going for here if you want the extra tanking. But this here is again the easiest out of all of them, because you have a transformation unit and 1 ultra. But the road to that is a 4-fist fight here, which is very easy, I'll say that much. And this 5-fist fight is even easier, I would say. Just for revival units, the only thing we worry about. Which then you can either go this way, which does have an easy enough fight, or this way, which is never easy enough fight. So the fact that this here is 3 EXs is where it does entice you, which leads you into this 5-fist fight, which is very easy. Whereas this 5-fist fight, which is an all EX fight, so easy enough as well. But yeah, you either end off with this fight here, which is what I'm actually going to be doing. I'll go with the left path for maybe both runs. If not, I might go for the right for the free to play. But I don't know, I'm going to debate that whenever I get to that. But yes, the only dilemma. Otherwise, piss easy as you saw. So yeah, now we're going to get into the recommended allies, I can't speak. Which is actually pretty decent tags. Which would make sense if you knew what the characters were. And yeah, we get into this here. We've actually got the Whis in here, which is very good. Like to see a free-to-play character that we can get to, so there's no need to be running 90% or a 95% team. Run at 105%, I think is what I have it, but we can get into that later. But Frieza Force, God Key, and Saiyan. Unfortunately, we don't have an all-3 tagger, so we're just gonna have to suck it up. And just do Frieza Force, or Saiyan, or God Key and Saiyan. But the fact that God Key has the 10% makes it even better. So yeah, we're gonna have fun making teams here. I did try, like, only because of the fact of myself, and there's one character I'm unsure for. I would run that character over one other character I have on the main team. But again, I don't know how they work. It might work that they do transform on turn 1 or they do it from turn 2. It's only because the fact they're saying it's a timed issue. So it more likely will be them turn 1 and then by like turn 2 they'll still be transformed and just end it off of that. But again, that's debating on what happens. So I might run them just for that, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, let's get straight into the teams. And first team up is going to be the Frieza Force Saiyan with Whis. Only reason because of the fact he is a free to play, so you will be needing to use him. I've already said this, but still. Now the issue is the fact we do have 2 revival units with little Zenkais, so you can make use of other Zenkais, but the fact that the revival stats are pretty good, I would still say use him. But if you want to swap them out, then the Saiyan Saga Zenkai Vegeta is sitting there for you, so yeah, there's that. Very good. Next up is going to be the God Key, which he is more at home, and if it was old TOP, this would be the better version of the team. Now, again, we do have the Transformer Kaioken on the bench, and he has the higher stats compared to Ultra UI, but I have no idea how his thing works. He might be turn 1 to turn 2, and then turn 3 he just de-transforms, or he could be a turn 2 for the rest of the fight, but if I had to guess, it's probably turn 1, turn 2, then de-transforms, so it depends on the fight. Next up is going to be the actual boosted team, the 165, the one we'll be running. And again, same thing with the Transformer UI, Transformer Kaioken, depends on how his thing works. Early game, he'll be so much better off, so if the fight has multiple purples, I would say actually use him. But if it doesn't have any purples, I would say Ultra UI might be the best option. But obviously there is going to be different options for you to use. But yeah, this is basically the teams I have here. So, and that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. And if you need any recommendations for other characters, there is quite the plethora, and I'll be happy enough to give you some. But yeah, I shall see you all in the next one.